What's poppin', guys? We back like we never left, and today I'm here to talk about HBO's The Shop, the first episode, and I'm gonna try to cover this and the entire season and just talk about specific things that they talk about in this show. Now, off rip, I just gotta say, shout out to LeBron James. He's definitely making waves, not only as an athlete, but also an entrepreneur. We already knew he was somewhat of an activist out here. To see the things that he's doing with this show and just in Hollywood, I know a lot of people scrutinize him because they say that he went to LA not to play basketball, but to expand basically his the business side of things, which I don't agree with, because I think he went for basketball as well as just the lifestyle of LA. But shout out to LeBron for doing his thing. Now, The Shop. I gotta say that this was really entertaining. The Candid LeBron James is very entertaining, and the guests that were with him were great. They had Odell in there, Vince Staples. We had obviously Maverick Carter, who is the co-founder or co-producer of this show. Him and LeBron, they came up with this show. One of the Bennett brothers. We had Jon Stewart. We had Snoop Dogg. We had Candace Parker. We had Draymond Green. So one of the interesting things that happened here was that they talked about LeBron James and his house being vandalized. LeBron gave a candid breakdown of how he basically, back in the day, he didn't trust white people and how he grew through sport. Another conversation that they talked about was Odell Beckham. He talked about feeling like a zoo animal, in which people would ask him to dance on cue. Which, of course, when you think about it that way, it seems like it's not as glamorous life as it looks from everyone when your bank account doesn't have millions of dollars in it. So I think from a human perspective, we look at it and we say, you have a lot of money, what are you complaining about? This goes on to show that these celebrities, they have other problems. And, we hear the slogan, more money, more problems. And we say, okay, yeah, we get it. Even on a minor level, as we grow in our lives, we get more money, right? And then we start making more money and we realize more problems come with more money. Not only more taxes, but other things come with it, right? So on that level, I would assume more problems come as well. So the most interesting thing from this episode, I gotta say, is Draymond Green and LeBron James. Because they asked LeBron, Draymond Green somehow got on the topic of when did LeBron James really become LeBron James? And he said it happened 4 years ago, when LeBron stopped caring about the backlash and started being more braggadocious and more kind of like how KD is right now, where KD's kind of like, yo, this is who I am, you got to take it or leave it, right? And they said LeBron James became LeBron James 4 years ago. Yeah, 4 years ago is when LeBron came back to Cleveland and they went to the championship and lost to the Golden State Warriors, where Draymond Green, he saw it up close and personal in the finals. So I'm not sure if that's why he's saying that. But Draymond said, I quote, I think you should say that you're the best player in the world. I think you should believe that. And you should definitely let the world know that, unquote. Draymond also went on to say that a lot of players in the league, they never really ascend to that tier because they don't believe it and they don't say it. And the rest of the world, they're not going to say it before you do. He also said the difference between Michael Jordan and LeBron James is that Michael Jordan was always that way. LeBron really didn't retort, but a lot of people had speculations on Twitter as far as what Draymond really meant. I know people were saying that, yeah, LeBron James was LeBron James a lot longer before then. People went back to the Detroit game where he dropped like 27 points in a row or 25 points in a row. I got the gist of what Draymond was trying to say, and I feel like LeBron became more comfortable after winning a championship, just like KD, where now what are you going to say? I think KD is kind of different because KD, we know what KD did, and it's kind of a different move than LeBron James. But at the end of the day, we understand what Draymond was trying to say. People say that even Draymond knows that LeBron is the best player in the game. But I don't know if this is a conclusive thing where Draymond's like, yeah, you're the best player in the game. I think he said, I think you should believe you're the best player, and you should let the world know that. He never said that I think you're the best player. He said, but if you feel that, you should say it. Overall, it's a good show. It's a good show. I liked what Snoop Dogg brought to the table. What I didn't like is how much they jumped around, right? Where you can tell it was cuts, and they cut out some of the dialogue that was there, because Vince Staples literally said like 12 words the entire episode. And they had it where they showed Vince Staples getting a haircut. They showed LeBron getting a haircut. They showed Draymond Green getting a shape up. But then the conversation would be, it seemed like it was flowing, but then Odell Beckham would be sitting next to LeBron. And then all of a sudden, Draymond sitting next to LeBron. But it seems like the conversation had been flowing the entire time. So it said candid conversation, but it seemed like it was a lot of cuts there. Candace Parker, she presented an interesting perspective as far as like her daughter and how she's raising her daughter just like her son, or she's raising her daughter just like how she was raised back in the day, where she was raised just like her brothers, had the same curfew, where she was allowed to do the same things her brother was allowed to do, where it seemed that, of course, in society you have different ways of doing things, where you let the son stay out till 10, but the daughter, she would have to be home at 8. And she was saying, that's not how she does things. So an interesting show for sure. And I really can't